Hey everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dreams. This is, now I know I said Kelly's Creative Dreams, but this channel is going to change names from Kelly's Creative Stamping to Kelly's Creative Dreams, so get used to the new moniker, please. I'm here today to show off my July junk journal from an altered book, and I decided what I was going to do was use this for my travel journal for when I make a trip to Colorado. And so I went in search of a book specifically that would work for that, and I found this one. The Majestic Rocky Mountains is by National Geographic. I like the color of the green. I like that a lot. And so what I thought I'd do is just keep it simple, because this is going to be one that I'm going to pull in and out of my travel bag all the time, adding photos and whatnot. So I kept the cover really simple. The stickers, I believe, are all from the Paper Studios. And the doily is from Stampin' Up. And the picture is from a calendar that you will find at Dollar Tree now. It's one of their scenic calendars. I also used papers from the retired collection from Stampin' Up, Best Root. I used this paper pad from Recollections. It's Fly Me Away. I used this scrap paper pack from Colorbok that I've had in my collection forever. And again with this one, Old World stack from Die Cuts with a View that has also been in my collection for a very long time. The neat thing about the altered junk journals is it gives me the opportunity to use up junk. So I really like that. It gives me an idea to use up my stash. I also stayed away from doing a traditional tassel on this and just did this charm. This charm was purchased as is, just like this. It's from Poetic, can't remember the name of it, but it's you can find this at Hobby Lobby. So going inside, I ripped out about every 8th page. Sometimes that varied depending on if I wanted to keep any part of the pictures that were within the book intact. I've still got a whole stack of pictures from the pages that came out that I will use elsewhere, but I tried to keep some of them within the book. So my first opening, I have the Majestic Rocky Mountains, and I really love this paper, so I kept it as is. This is from one of the challenges, and I made it as a tuck spot in here, and then this is also a flip up. One of our challenges was to incorporate pages from a game book and magazine cutouts and washi tape and book paper and a sticker. So I did this, and this is a picture of Molly Brown, and I would like to visit her museum when I go in. And it was odd because as I was putting this together, I used the puzzle solutions from a search a word book from 1982, and it was weird. As I was going through, I was finding titles of puzzles that coordinated with where I was going to put them in the book or with the theme. And then on the back, this gives some interesting history about when longhorns first appeared in the Rockies. So I like that as my flip up and gave me a little bit of history information. Then I've got both side tuck pockets and top loading pockets. This one I did a photo page with, this was cut from a Denver travel book. It's Welcome to Denver. So this was my magazine per se that I used throughout the book. And I'm thinking about just taking this down and turning this into a 2-pocket photo as opposed to 4. And then, because if I do that and slide it in, or I could do it like that, then that will let that tuck all the way in. And I think I like that. A little bit of lace trim from my stash. I have this little box. It's a half-size stamp case from Stampin' Up that I have just some little dabs of trims in here that I will go in and look through. These were great for doing like pull tabs and stuff, tabs on the sides. So I kept that handy and pulled out some of the laces from that. Next we have, I'm not sure why I kept these two. I just really like this liquid ore pouring that this guy's doing in the mine. And then this was from one of our challenges, and I just made it as a tuck spot. This one, when I folded it up, I created a top pocket here for this tag from a challenge. These kind of things were from the paper pad, the travel one from Recollections. And then this flips over, and I've got, this was actually part of a challenge to find something using a coloring page. Well, this is, I didn't have coloring pages that matched here, so I went in, and this is from an anti-stress coloring page website. And then I've got a tuck spot there. A tip, when you're doing tucks, a lot of times if you will round the corners, if nothing else, of just the part that's going to go in your tuck spot, they will go in and out of your tuck spot easier. Where I had some page issues, I laid in some washi tape. This is from Dollar Tree. I used one of the pages from the travel to create a tuck spot here. And the postcards are also from that travel pack. Now you'll see me come across some of these as I'm flipping through. What I've done is I've trimmed off part of the where the holes are at on the page protectors so that they'll fit within the pages, and then I can just create a hinge and washi tape them in wherever I decide I want to add pictures. This one's a top loading. Haven't put anything in that one yet. But on the back I've got Poetic Spirit. That's where that came from. We had to use a piece of packaging for one of the challenges, so I put a Colorado sticker on here. Life is an Adventure is from, I don't have that one labeled. I have a feeling it's Paper Studio. And it tucks into this one, and just a good journaling spot there. The lace from my box. And then this one I made into a half tuck spot here. Another one of the postcards. This one has got 3 tuck spots, actually. This has got our flip up, and this tells about the Stanley Hotel. If you don't know the Stanley Hotel, 16,000 square feet hotel, and this was used in The Shining. And as many times as I've been to Estes Park, I grew up in Colorado, I've never been to the Stanley Hotel, so that's one place I'd like to do. Now, when I had to do this on a book page, and I came across witchcraft, and then this search word puzzle was A Night of Fright. So I just thought that was cool how that just kind of all blended together. So I've got a tuck there, a tuck there, and a tuck there. And then I have this tuck spot here, and this is a pull-out for Casa Bonitas, which is my absolute favorite place to eat in Denver. I've never gone to Denver without going to Casa Bonitas. I went on a school trip when I was in about 4th or 5th grade, and it is still there. And if you've not been to Casa Bonitas and you go to Denver, it is a place you want to check out. But you can go into casabonita.com, I believe, and you'll see everything there. Or just do a search for Casa Bonita in Denver. And then this was another one of those search word challenges, and I've got a pocket on the back to tuck some photos. Maybe of those handsome Mexican cliff divers. Okay, moving right along. Little piece of lace from my box. It just kind of seemed to go well with this coloring here. And then this was cut from one of the papers. I haven't decided quite why I left this picture here. I liked it for some reason. And it may get covered up before it's over with. Another tuck spot here from one of our mini challenges. And I'm going to take and I'm going to put in several blank pages in here and turn this into a small signature. Free to roam, and then it's got a travel log on the back. That might be a good place for some day wandering. Another one here, who, when, and where. Suggested itinerary. Top tuck spot with lots of room. On this nice long one, this is from the Old World. And so I've got room to tuck there. This one I turned into side loading tucks there. And then that one from one of the challenges. And I'll go back and I'll either put a photo back here or I'll line it with journaling stuff. And then this has got a side pocket that I've got room to put photos in yet. Or another journaling card. Another tuck. Sticker. This one I've got a full page in here because I didn't want to do anything that was going to break up this scene in the center. tuck spot, still needing a journaling. Again, big wide open space, great place to put a photo layout. And then this one was my magazine page. Actually, this is from the calendar, and I made a hinge so I could tuck it on the back. What I had cut off here, I put on the back and made a tuck and a place for a 4x6 photo with a pull tab there. And that is, and this one I've got this pocket back here where I can tuck receipts or brochures from my travels and have everything in my journal ready to add to later if need be. So that is my July junk journal altered book. I did learn from doing this that I think I prefer doing my own signatures as opposed to doing this kind of a book, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes when I use it. We have our challenge for September. It is a September Stashbusters journal. We are to use whatever we have or whatever we can swap and do any kind of journal we want. We are only allowed to buy 3 things. We are also supposed to use one of 3 formats, using Digis, a scrapbook pad, or creating our own kit. So I will be doing a video later this week showing you what my kit is for the Spring Stashbuster. And I knew today, oh, it's going to be my October daily junk journal. So I've started assembling some of those items, so I'll be filming that later this week and should have it up and ready to roll by Saturday. If you're on my channel and you're used to seeing Stampin' Up stuff, I know I'm behind on my journal classes. I'm hoping to get the journal class recorded that was supposed to have been June's and July's. I'm hoping to get that recorded. I think we're only going to be able to do that one in a couple of sessions, and then it'll be easy and done and ready to go. So I'm hoping to get that recorded tomorrow and up later this week. Between being low on bandwidth and having to get up early to load stuff up and just not spending a lot of time in the office with Bob home, doing videos hasn't been a focus, but I'm going to try and change that this week, so hang with me. So thanks for joining me in my studio today. I hope you liked my journal. I'd love to hear comments about what you thought was cool and what you would have done differently, and I'd love to have you join us. Dearjuliejulie Junk Journal Challenges are open to everyone. I will link the September challenge down below so that you can jump in and play with us. It's a great way to use up your stash, stuff that's taking up real estate in your house. Put it to use, make something beautiful. Please hit the like button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of my future uploads, click the bell. And I will see you later in the week. Creative blessings. Bye-bye.